look like you're trying to sit sexy.
Ready to go.
I'm Kendra,
I'm Renee.
and we are starting a new business venture. But we wanted to give you a little background on ourselves first. We've got some exciting things coming up, and we want to share it with you guys. So, first of all, we were raised in Fort Coffee,
Oklahoma. The Twilight Zone. And we grew up there
On a
and
farm.
on a farm with cows and lambs, and we had a horse every now and then.
we had a big garden. All the
Acre,
time.
and we always had to be in the garden
Picking.
hoeing.
Picking.
It was horrible.
It was not bad. It was
everybody was playing ball, and we were still in the garden hoeing while
not
everybody
true.
was outside
That is not
playing.
true.
We
Anyway,
couldn't go out there.
here we go. Okay, we digress again. Again, we digress. So, so after we graduated high school, we both went to the HBCU. Went to Langston University.
There were 5 of us. We all attended Langston.
We all graduated from
Do
Langston.
you see
Seriously?
us?
Do you not see us on the video?
Get up.
Get away. Go. Somewhere else. Okay. So, after we graduated Langston, Danae moved to
St. Louis, and I was a manager for Department of Agriculture,
We don't
and
have to go into that depth.
transferred over to the Internal Revenue Service.
Are you serious?
As a federal
You're just
agent.
gonna skip me? She's skipping me. So after I graduated college, which was 2 years after she did, because she graduated early, I went home and thought I was grown. My mother kicked me out. I called Danae and she said,
Go across the street to Aunt Thelma's house
Yeah.
and sleep in your car. Just don't let her know where you're at.
so I slept over there just really to worry her for the night because she kicked me out of the house. So I took my change and I moved to St. Louis, like the Beverly Hillbillies. Everything was in my car. I had like 60 cents in change. That was enough to get me up there. And I moved to St. Louis.
$60.
Yeah, $60 in change. That's how I got there. So anyway, I've been there ever since. Danae, as she said, moved to
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Became a federal agent in Atlanta.
And she got sick.
And I had my second son, and it really got sick. And then that's how I found out I had multiple sclerosis.
So when she found that out, she was really sick. She moved back to Spiro.
Fort Coffee.
Sorry.
Became the mayor of Fort Coffee.
Yeah. She's done big things since she's been there.
Yeah. I got some tornado sirens,
She did. She really did. She got some tornado sirens.
and we helped. We got the money for the community center while I was the mayor.
She's really done some decent things for Fort Coffee. And so a couple of years ago, we both have our master's degree. I think I said that. And what do you do now?
I am now a bus driver for Fort Smith Public Schools.
Yeah, she really wants to do more. So a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, I said, hey, Danae, Daddy, why don't you guys start a farm? And they were like, okay, but it was all like, this. So I work for a Fortune 20 company in St. Louis, Missouri. And so last year, I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to start a garden. I said, you guys want to do it? They were like, yeah.
Well, before that, I became a cattle rancher. But the problem was, since I was sick, I had some difficulty doing a few things. So since that was a bust because I needed some men to help me, and that didn't work. So
She's no longer a cattle farmer. Let's just let it suffice at that. So we started our farm last year, and we were so excited. I bought all of these, what they call shelves. We bought all of these little
trays to put
dirt
this.
trays. I bought organic seed. Oh my goodness! And I have pictures of them that I've posted on Facebook in the past, but I'm going to show them on this video. So we're going to show some of the seeds that we done. We had
12
shelves
shelves of trays full of seeds.
full of plants.
They were growing.
They were growing. We were so excited.
Man,
Until
I had to water those
She had to
plants.
water 'em.
It took like 2 and 3 hours. I was gonna spray them with this sprayer.
She had
with
bought a little sprayer.
And I
because
thought it was
the water
great.
was going over, it was killing them.
It was a mildewing because I was pouring too. I was
much
watering
water.
with a pitcher, and it was mildewing the little trays.
trays.
So then I tried to do the sprayer,
And it just wasn't enough water getting in there. She had to water 2 or 3 times a day.
and then I went back to the pitcher. It took 2 to 3 hours
So
every
fast
night.
forward till it's time to plant.
She had to plant
So
all that
now we
stuff
gotta
in the
plant.
ground.
In the ground.
She put it in the ground.
There were thousands of plants. I am not kidding you, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
my
man.
back was hurting.
Like my son, he's 6'1". He was down there trying to
He
plant
was
it.
talking about he couldn't do it because it was too. So anyway, bottom line is I planted all that stuff, and out of everything I planted,
The
the
tomatoes,
tomatoes made it.
kale, but they were so
I planted them so close together because I was so tired of planting.
and scooting across the ground.
Scooting across the ground on my
Back.
butt, it was miserable.
Back was hurting.
So
Oh.
I would dig the hole and she would put it in the hole.
It was horrible. And then I was told I didn't have to take the plant out of the thing. It's a
Out of
bad
the
idea.
tray
It's
because
a bad
it
idea.
stifled the
It
growth of the-
stifled the growth of the plants. Okay, so needless to say,
That was a bust.
we
All of those
it
seeds
was a
that we
bust.
planted.
It was such a waste.
The only thing that we really salvaged out of that was the flowers that we had planted to keep the bugs
The
away.
flowers did well. They're still growing.
In the middle of the weeds.
In the middle of the
amongst
weeds.
the weeds.
The flowers are still there. God, that's funny.
And so
Anyway.
we planted okra and squash and cucumbers and watermelon and cantaloupe. And out of all that stuff that we planted, the okra did really well.
The
But
squash did good.
the squash did good too, and zucchini that did well.
The cucumbers?
And cucumbers.
Are they still producing?
I don't know. But
We need to go out there and look, but I think Daddy mowed them all up anyway. So
the rats were getting into the field and started eating the cantaloupes and
We
the
had
watermelons.
rats.
And
we
stuff.
didn't secure the perimeter very well.
We tried, but no, it was.
But we did a lot this year. We did the irrigation system. I mean,
The whole thing was supposed to be organic, and I went to an organic store and bought some
non-organic
pesticide. But it was at the organic store, and the guy told me that this would work. And when they came out to do our certification, it did
They
not
failed
pass.
us. And so it was pretty sad.
But the upside to that was
We only did an acre and a half.
Right.
We only did an acre and a half.
Yes.
And that was the guy's suggestion because we were going to do the whole 25 acres. And he was like, why don't you just do an acre and a half because you have to certify every year. Thank goodness we
We
did.
did the acre.
Because once you get denied from certification, you have to wait 3 years.
So now we can move to another location on the
We
other
got another
side.
patch we're doing next year, 3
3
acres.
acres.
And we're going to try to get that certified.
So
Very
at least
excited.
we learned about
We
that.
learned a lot this year.
Yeah,
didn't
it was
we?
kind of it was expensive learning because it was so easy to go outside the house and just go right out there and start working in the garden. But now we have to go a quarter of a mile to get to our spot.
And we ended up having to hire some people. We hired someone this year to help us pick, and we hired like people throughout the summer, like kids and stuff, to help us in the garden. We had a nephew helping. My father did a lot. We didn't have the right equipment, but next year we're going to be ready, and we're going to do more next year. We're going to do composting. We're going to do bees. I'm going to do beekeeping. I'm going to take a beekeeping class. Pretty excited about it. We're going to have honey.
Let me tell you, we had that okra. It was
You ever picked okra?
horrible. I was out
Have you
there
ever picked
crying. You have to have long sleeves on, pants
It's an
on,
experience.
gloves. Mosquitoes were biting.
It's pretty bad.
It's horrible. I was out there crying, talking about I quit. I quit. I don't like to eat okra, and that's why I don't like to eat it because it's horrible to pick.
But we were selling that okra.
Selling $2 a pound, and then we go out to the farmer's market.
Why are you telling how much we sold it for?
It wasn't organic.
That was funny. That was a good one. That was a good one. That was good.
Anyway, that was last year. This
You made
next
them
year we're gonna be organic. Because this next year nothing gets put on the garden unless I buy it or approve it. Right?
Well, yeah, she can
Whatever.
get
Whatever.
it all.
Whatever. That was supposed to be the rule anyway.
It was supposed to be organic.
But you're right. You're right. We needed some pesticide. I didn't have any. She went out to the organic store.
to get it. But
What's that again?
it ruined it.
It got pretty messy. We
Yeah.
were just not happy campers.
Stop.